Hello there, welcome to Deltek TV. We're in the expo hall and it's the final day because we've just had so much content. I can't believe it's almost over. But a huge theme of this event, of Insight 2012, has been social collaboration. So we thought it'd be nice just to delve a little bit deeper into the new Deltek product, Kona. And I went out looking for people who really know their stuff, and I found Jeff Eckerly. Jeff, welcome. Jeff is Senior Director, Kona Product and Strategy. So let's start at the top. What is Kona? How do you define it?
Yeah, so at the highest level, I'll call Kona a place for people to get connected and get things done with other people. And I know that's a broad kind of answer, but let me just explain quick, because if you look at Deltek's heritage of project history, 30 years knowing project management, we understand this core need within groups of people, and that's to understand communication, actions that need to get done. We really tried to build a product that was all aimed at that.
Now, would a customer look at it and say, well, it's a nice to have, a nice add-on, or is it an essential part of their future and Deltek's future?
Yeah, well, I think as we look at the future trends of where communication is going, communicating in a collaborative way in groups is essential. It is essential for everybody. It's just, we're going to see this trend away from typical email communication into something more, especially in the business side.
Because it's more than just communication, isn't it? It is this word, this collaboration and social collaboration. And I wonder whether it's the effect of the Gen Y. Because the Gen Y comes in, they've been using Facebook and Twitter relentlessly and Instagram, and they want to be able to work the same way. Is that what's going on?
Well, it is, but I don't think it's just Gen Y. The largest growing population on Facebook are people over 40.
Wow,
so,
really old.
right. So everybody is understanding, especially in the last 5 years, this change in communication style of being more social in the way we do things. And I think this trend in business is very interesting. We're on the cusp of some big changes, and Kona is aimed right at that target of being a product in that space.
Now, of course, Kona doesn't exist on its own in that space. There are competitors, there are other offerings. Where do you see Kona fit in? What's unique about Kona?
Yeah, so if you look at Kona, there's really a spectrum that it's competing in, because we have projects inside of a business, and we have ongoing groups inside of a business. And then in your personal life, you have projects like maybe a volunteer group you're on, or a committee at church you volunteer for, or whatever it is, or just staying in touch with your family. We have all these different groups across our lives, and there really isn't a product that can serve all of those different groups, except maybe one, and I'll ask you, do you think you can guess what it is?
That serves all the groups, that is not Facebook?
Yes.
I don't think I can come up with a name.
Well, I'd call it email today.
Okay.
And so there's challenges with email. It was done in the 90s, it's evolved into this thing that everybody has,
yeah.
And it is the kind of the foundation or the common denominator that everybody uses across all their groups. We think there's a better way for people to communicate, put people more in control, stay organized in the context of tasks, calendar events, their discussion topics, and that's really what Kona is all about, that collaboration in a common way across your whole life.
And I think you may be onto something, because I don't know about you, but my kids will no longer respond to email. It has to be an inbox into their world, which of course is Facebook, and maybe that is definitely the future.
Well, but I'll ask you this, would you use Facebook on a project at work?
I would not.
Would you use SharePoint to plan your wedding?
Obviously not.
Would you use Basecamp, Asana, or Do.com to stay connected as a part of your department inside your company?
I can see where you're going with this. Clearly there was a space, and you guys have occupied it, and now you're going to start integrating the Deltek apps as well. How's that going to look?
Yeah, so what we have is this social platform that works in any group, in any situation in life. That's really the goal of Kona. But when you look at the Deltek product suite, we have millions of users out there that use our products, and they're having conversations in email about transactions in their ERP database. So there's a huge opportunity here to merge that communication and collaboration into the data that we're capturing in our other products. And every product's a little different and every use case is different, but at the highest level, that's what you're going to see is a social platform for communication around our ERP products.
Let me just ask you a question that comes to my mind, and it might come to some of our viewers' minds as well, which is I use my email right now as a huge and very valuable database. I can search through and I can find exactly what I've said to who and when. Can you do the same thing when you are socially collaborating within Kona on project A, B, C, or D?
Yeah, absolutely. And when you think about Kona, and I'll say just a little bit about the design intention here, we recognize other team collaboration software as being built for the project manager or for the business. And Kona is equally focused on an individual. So we're trying to blend personal productivity with team collaboration. And so that means that if you're a person that's working on 3 different projects at work and are connected with 4 different groups outside of work, we're giving you a place where that all comes together, where you're in control of what you look at and when, and you can search and you can find the information you want around each of these purposes, the groups, whether it be a project at work or some social group you might be planning a vacation with.
And that also fascinated me, that Kona is available to people who aren't even Deltek customers, and it's completely free.
That's right. We want everyone to use this. We understand the concept of a network effect, and the more people that are using it in more ways across their whole life, the more they start to see the value. So we definitely want anyone and everyone to use Kona. If you're a Deltek customer, try it at work, that's great. But if you're not, or if you're a Deltek customer and you use it at work and you want to bring it to a group outside of work, go for it. It's there and it's free.
And here we are in the expo hall, and I can see the Kona stand. It's just over there. You can't see it. What can people expect to find if they come to the stand here?
Well, we've got the whole core of the team there. We've got like 8 different laptops. We've been signing people up on the last few days. We've been swamped with questions, and you can just feel the excitement as people get to kind of explore something new. And this was created inside of Deltek. It's all brand new from Deltek, and it's really really exciting to have these conversations and talk through things.
All right, well, Jeff Eckerly, thank you very much for joining us. Social collaboration, a huge theme of Insight 2012, and there we have it, a little mini deep dive so you can understand a little bit more. Go visit the stand, find out what it's all about, because clearly it's the future. We'll be back with more Deltek TV very soon.